Marty, against LAFC, a team that likes to counterattack more, do you feel you can implement your game style a little bit more in this match than you could the previous?
Well, I think definitely it's a kind of different challenge than what we face against San Diego. Basically, because San Diego is a team that really enjoys having the possession, staying high on the pitch. While I think that LAFC is one of those teams that they are very good in many areas. They are good in the table, and actually they don't feel stressed when they're in a low block. So that's not perhaps very common, but I think that's part of their game style, and they do really well. Perhaps the best. One of the best for sure, and not the best teams counter-attacking in the league, and we need to be ready for trying to control those transitions and making sure that are what I call short transitions instead of a long of up and down, because they are good on that.
Is there an update on Brandon Baye? You mentioned imaging after the game.
Yeah, unfortunately the images came back with the worst news possible. So he got his ACL done, and then that means that he's going to be obviously away for a while, right? So wishing him the best recovery. We're going to be trying to help him in all this process, and obviously it's a sensible one because it's an experienced player, very good pro, and as I said on the last press conference, hopefully we can get the 3 points for him again as well.
Sort of what are the right back options look like for you in the coming weeks now?
Yeah, there are different options. Obviously, Eric Miller has been playing there a lot of times. Sawyer Jura is a natural right fullback at the same time. We got other players that if we think that that's the way to go, we could try something else. But especially as well, let's see what happens in the next days, obviously. But we need to find the puzzle, how to solve the puzzle as a coach. If we need to change formation, we will do it.
Going off of the defense a little bit, the team only has 2 clean sheets in the last calendar year, the last 12 months. Against a team like LAFC, they got a clean sheet in this fixture last year. How has the defensive focus been over these first 2 weeks for you?
Yeah, I mean, I said from the beginning when I arrived here that one of the foundations, one clear message to the players was that we couldn't put ourselves in a situation to win games. It was always about scoring 3-4 goals because that's not sustainable over time. So we definitely need to improve on the way we play actually. It's not just about defending and attacking, it's all together. So we need to make sure that we control the games better, whatever it's through the possession or through controlling space, as I said in the last game. But we need to be better at that. So definitely it's one of those challenges, one of those things that we want to improve, to keep more clean sheets, because that's the foundation. And when you're playing well, actually you don't concede a lot of chances. Something that we were a bit disappointed on the last game against San Diego is that despite it was a big, I would say, collective effort, trying to block a lot of situations, when you defend deeper, that's sometimes the outcome, that you need to block a lot of shots and so on. It was a bit of disappointment that in the goal we were not at the same level. But definitely something that we need to improve, and especially against a team that is very good at, they got the quality to score, they don't need many chances to score goals.
For lack of a better term, is it kind of cool to play against some of the top players in the world, and Kyungmin So and Denny Bawanga? LAFC certainly have some of the best attackers. Do you welcome that sort of challenge?
I think it's good for the league. I think that I always focus on my team, but definitely we got as well very good players. But I think that the most important is that the league keeps growing, that there is this kind of players, the level of those players. You got as well Hugo Lloris, a top goalkeeper. So I think that there is plenty of talent in the league. We need to make sure that it comes even more, and that will be just good for the development of the league and the sport in the country.
I feel like sometimes when you're watching on TV or in the press box in our case, you can sometimes feel that a goal is coming, right? Sometimes it's feel like a goal is coming for the Timbers. Sometimes it's for an opponent. As a coach on the sidelines, do you ever get that sense? Is that something that exists? And if so, how do you try and manage that from the touchline?
I think that as a fan, you are a little bit more anxious, more passionate. That doesn't mean that we don't care, because probably I'm the most interested on things going on in the world for Timbers. But I would say that definitely there is moments in a game that you feel that it starts to become a bit imbalanced, whatever it's on your favor or not. Hopefully it's going to happen a lot in our favor, but you feel that things can happen, right? That you start to get a flow in the game, that you start to get good momentum. And I think it's very important. The game sometimes, I said to the players that sometimes the game is very balanced, and you need to find small edges to make sure that it goes your way. Until then you get the chances. So it's definitely some feeling on the sideline. I was joking with some of the guys with my boob. It was really high. I was scoring a lot in the sideline. So I definitely felt tired after the game, last game. Yeah.
And then just one more about the way the team's been starting games. You said the team started pretty well against San Diego. What's the trick in your mind to get those consistent good starts?
Yeah, now we need to make it a habit. It doesn't work if it's just for one game. So we spoke about certain things that are needed, that especially perhaps we need to focus a little bit more to start the games well. I think that the guys got them right, but now we need to prove it away. I said to them, there were two things that were quite clear. If you want 3 with the clean sheets, that was one issue. The second one was the poor or weak starts of the game. The third one is our performance away on the road. So we need to definitely be better at that. Against Chicago, we didn't get a result. But as well, not a great performance. We need to make sure that now we improve against a team that is very good.
We'll wrap there. Thanks for the time, Martí.
Thank you very much. Thank you.